It is finally time. We've been waiting months. No, actually, we've been waiting years for this moment. I think it's been years, right? I can say years. Today, we are doing the long-awaited update on the 280Z. It needs it. Very much so. We have quite a drive ahead of us, but when we get back to the shop, we are gonna have probably the sickest thing that we've ever done.
Honestly,
It probably is. We'll show you guys once we get to the shop. I mean, but by the title, you guys know what it is. We're getting the engine. We're finally getting the 280Z engine today. The fully built L28. It has to have been over a year. Maybe not since the last update from the engine, but over a year since I had everything to him and he's been working on it. So we'll explain everything once we get there, but finally, 280Z update today. We're heading to Eric's shop and we're gonna go see our fully built L28.
Stick, bro. Look at the flow on that guy.
That?
That's the new trend.
Hell yeah, new car reveal. Sick. What?
It looks like a Sesame Street character.
We have made it to Datsun heaven. If you guys don't know who Eric is an absolute Z legend. Built some of the most amazing Datsuns of all time. Very, very well-known engine builder here. He does Civics, he does Zs, he does a lot of things, but we dropped this engine off. I'll have to look back and see how long ago we dropped the engine off. We dropped the engine off we basically wanted to get the bottom end built, right?
Yeah, and then we came, he was building it, and then you decided you want the head done.
Like, let's just do the head while we're at it. So now we have a complete, fully built L28. We'll let Eric in here talk to us a little bit about the engine, because it's been so long I've forgotten what all we've done. Bigger pistons, rods, fully built head. And I'm sure the engine looks really nice now. I mean, look at this place, guys. Some of the nicest Z's that you will ever see. Here he is. What's up, Eric?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Look how beautiful she is. It looks amazing, Eric.
We got the head gasket. It's the multi-layer head gasket.
Nice. Eric, can you refresh me on what all we did? It's been so long that I just I forgot. I know we did a fully built bottom end. We have new rods, pistons.
It's got rods and got pistons. It's been oversized. The head it's got springs, retainers, a really good camshaft, and it's got all the everything to make it work. I mean, it's pretty much a built motor now.
That's
so it should
awesome.
It's still 1.8 liter, but it should be a pretty healthy engine.
Sick. Yeah. That's exactly what we wanted. Something healthy, reliable, good enough that Tiana can drive and not have to worry about it. And it's not going to be too aggressive, but it'll just have enough
Be
girth.
a little aggressive.
The sound of this motor is going to be insane. It's going to sound so good.
Yeah, it's gonna sound really good. And it's not actually ITVs, but we're gonna go with the it's called a triple carburetor.
Okay.
So it's got a triple 40mm Webers.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah,
Even better.
So
even more
we
juicy.
can get rid of all the electronics that came really old from this engine, and just go with the carburetors. Carburetors run great. You know, it's definitely gonna feed this engine for the fuel that it needs. So
it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be such a cool engine, guys. I'm very, very excited. And she looks beautiful. Is this the good stuff right here?
Yeah, they're still in the box.
Brand new.
Yeah, brand new.
It'll be a nice little project for Tim and I to do this at the shop. Man, these are gonna look so good in the engine bay.
Yes.
So we can just open up one. I mean,
brand new
geez, look at all the hardware on it. Whoa. She's gonna be a screamer.
They actually sell filters and stuff for this.
Okay,
stuff too.
cool.
You can actually, I think, replace these with carbon ones too if you want.
Jeez, man. Oh, hey, kitty. That's gonna be so damn nice.
So that's
way better than wiring it back up.
Yeah.
So this is what's gonna hold all the carbs.
Right.
That is gonna look really, really nice.
Does it come with the gasket?
I'm stoked.
Or do we have to
It should.
Okay, so Eric actually has a car in here that has the same carbs as we have, and this is exactly what it's gonna look like. That is an aggressive setup.
Yeah.
Eric. This is gonna sound pretty insane. Look at that, and we can get the filters too. So.
Yeah, you can get, actually these are, the filters go over the Venturis.
Nice.
So that's where the Venturis go, and that's the filter goes over that.
Nice.
So it's pretty
easy enough, yeah. This is gonna be sick. It's perfect. Wow.
So you still get the raw out of it, you know, because when you put regular filters, then it'll kills some
Kinda
of the
muffled,
sound.
yeah.
It kind of muffled the
But
sound.
with these, you still
Yeah.
get that aggressive tone.
These are
That's
real
cool.
simple
Okay.
to- yeah, I can guide you where to get this.
Yeah, we'll probably just do these things. If we want that nice sound, that's what's gonna be
Keep the,
super sick.
the dust and the dirt out of there. So.
Yeah, pretty gnarly cam.
Right. So
I'm excited to hear this thing.
that way it kills a little bit the dynamic compression,
Yeah.
so it won't ping as much.
Do you remember our compression, what we did for compression on this?
This came out to be around 10.5.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
So it's a little bit on the high
that's
side
pretty
for this
aggressive
motor,
too, yeah. Okay, we're gonna have some fun with this thing. Yeah, so Eric's also gonna be doing the tuning for the car. Once Tim and I get the car running, we'll bring it down to Eric and we'll get this thing tuned and she's gonna be a ripper. Now, we still have a lot of work to do on the car. Like I said, we'll explain that when we get back to the shop. But most importantly, Eric got our engine finished and it's gonna be amazing. All right, boys, 1 year later, she's loaded in and heading to the shop.
That ain't going nowhere.
Got the dad saying in, hell yeah. All right, we are off to the shop now. Let's get it back to the shop. Let's do an overview of the engine, see everything that we need, and then take a look at the 280Z because there's a lot of stuff that we still have to do on the car itself, which we can go over. And I want some of you guys' suggestions on some parts that we should do because I know I have a lot of Datsun Z guys that watch the channel, and a lot of you are gonna be super excited that we got the engine back. Now it's time to start actually piecing everything together because once I'm back from being out of the country for 3 weeks and once the EG is done, 280Z is
Full
about to
tilt.
run. And best of all, we got to go on a road trip because we got to break this engine in. Eric said it's about a 500-mile break-in period, so Tiana and I will probably plan a trip up somewhere and take the Z somewhere nice, maybe Malibu, hit the canyon or something like that. And I don't know, I'm making plans and the car isn't gonna run yet. I'm just excited. Let's get it back to the shop at Garage Cooking. Whoa, whoa, you just walk in like you own the place?
I have a
Jeez.
key.
All right, people, we have made it back to the shop. It's a few hours later, and look who's here. Do you know what this is?
My engine.
Yes, it's finally done. It's been a long,
Look at
long
her.
time. But you now have a fully built L28. So if you guys are new here, or this is your first time really seeing the Z build, I bought the Z back in 2018 for Tiana's car, her build, and we just, along the way, there was a lot of trouble.
We'll
And
start there.
That's what led us to the car being a shell today. It was a running and driving car. I'm not gonna go into it. But now we have a fully built L28. This thing is going to be sick. What was really cool about this engine was it only had 98,000 miles on it, and it was a 1986. But now it's fully built. Every piece of this engine has been rebuilt. And to let you know, it's really aggressive.
Good.
It's very aggressive. It's got 10.5 compression. It's got an aggressive cam on it.
What I just want you to know what goes in my head, like when you say that, like you know the cars on TV
Yes.
where it's like 3, 2, 1, go, and then like the front lifts up, like that's what replays on.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be like 200 horsepower, but it's gonna be a lot in
For
the
the-
Z. I mean, it's a tin can. But what I really want to show you is this. This is what's so cool. So originally, this is fuel injected, and you have a big like wiring harness and ECU and all that stuff. We did away with all that. We went kind of old school.
Okay.
So we got you carburetor. We didn't get you one carburetor. We got you 3. Look how sick this is. Okay.
Wait, look at the packaging alone.
Yeah, very old school. Yeah, take that one. Check this out. So these are gonna be really cool, and these are gonna come off the side of your engine.
There she is. There she is. So I have
Yes.
3.
So we have 3 of those, and so it'll basically go, it goes the other way, turn it, like that. And it'll basically go like right up here, like that.
this?
And you'll have 3 of them. So you have one right there, one right there, right there. And it's looking
Look
insane.
how pretty she looks.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. So what Tim and I were talking about on the way over here, since this is all zinc plated, there's a bunch of zinc hardware.
Right.
We want to find another hardware kit that can give us some zinc hardware to match the carburetors. So it'll be very nice. So we'll have your carbs up here. We're gonna get a really nice manifold, exhaust manifold for you, some headers,
Okay.
and an exhaust, and the thing's gonna scream. You're gonna have a lot of engine noise out of these things.
Okay.
It's gonna be sick. So I know you wanted something pretty crazy. We got it pretty crazy. And now that it's here, and now that we're here, you can actually, come down and watch us and
I
help
can
us.
do things.
Yeah, help us out with the build. Now, just because we have the engine back, we still need a bunch of parts, which are in this box. Oh God. And if you guys don't remember, when we picked this engine up from the body shop after the car was painted, the body shop left this engine upside down with oil in it and everything, and the engine was completely toast, which is why we had to get the engine rebuilt. But what's good about it is we still had some of the parts left over that the body shop didn't lose. That's, if you guys want to hear about all this, go back in the series because it's quite the story. But all of this stuff either needs to be reused or we need to rebuy it because it's all just super old. So we have our alternator, our starter, our distributor right here. And what I'm thinking is, yeah, we have it, but something like the distributor, the alternator, and the starter, I think we should just get new stuff because it's so old and we're already
look at this compared to this.
Well, we can clean it. You can clean it and make all this stuff look new. But I think we should get it new because, I don't know, it's just safer than sorry.
Yeah.
But stuff like the trans plate and our brackets for the motor mounts, all that stuff, we can clean all of that and reuse all of that. So there is a couple of stuff that we still have to get for the engine, but now that we don't have an ECU or wiring, this thing is going to be very easy to put in. Once we have it all assembled, we have the carbs on, the distributor. Really, we just need like an ignition wire to the inside of the car, to the engine, and it'll turn it. Theoretically, we should be able to drive this very soon. But let's go take a look at the Z, because there is some stuff that we need to do on the Z as well as that. Well, the first priority is getting the car running. You're not gonna have the prettiest Z in the world exterior-wise, but she'll
run.
She is gonna run. That is priority number one. We're not touching anything else on this car until it can run. But what I was really thinking, I finally convinced Tiana to change out the fender flares.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody was mad at me. It's not my fault. This is her car. This is her car. She likes big, beefy, wide fenders, and she wanted to keep it old school, which is why we have these huge fenders, but it just doesn't make sense. So we have different fenders that are same style, but they're like the normal, smaller width. So they'll actually probably work with the knob bays that we have on the car currently. We really need to get a full brake system, front and rear brakes, and suspension.
Okay.
That is the most important part that we need to do. Once this car runs, suspension, brakes, and we can probably do the fenders now because we already have the fenders, but suspension and brakes are priority number one once the car runs, because you need to be able to stop this car, and I don't know how the suspension currently is on the car right now.
I'm gonna guess it's not that great.
Exactly. So the plan is to get the car running, number one. After that, we go from there and do brakes and suspension. So that's where you guys come in. For any of my Z guys that watch the videos and that have kept up with the build, or if you even have a Z, let me know your suggestions on what brake kit to go with and what suspension you guys like the most. Because this is all stock. That's one of the very cool things about this car is it's completely bone stock. I mean, aside from the wheels. And this just happened. My camera's dead, so we're on the phone. But as I was saying, I've completely reupholstered interior, which looks super sick.
No joke, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and
we literally did the seats,
you haven't even seen it. So
Oh my God.
you guys on the video saw it because Tim and I actually did the interior on the car. So you have brand new carpet and you have brand new interior on the inside. We do need a dash still, so that's one thing that we have to get. But everything else is perfect. The car will also sit a little bit lower once we have the trans and the engine in. That's why it sits so high right now, so it won't look as funky. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, right now our focus on the EG, so you guys won't have too much Z content right now as we assemble or accumulate some parts, but she's ready. Also, let me know about a header and exhaust, what you guys prefer or want to see the most. We're gonna do some research. I'm gonna look up some stuff myself, but give us some suggestions, right? It's gonna be so damn cool. And she looks beautiful. Brand new.
Imagine when we first get to freaking turn her on.
It's gonna be sick. This is the biggest and the coolest build we've ever done, ever.
And really the biggest build from ground up.
Yeah,
It's like a full
the car was a
restoration.
complete shell.
Yeah.
So, and now it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna have 0 miles on it. We have a 500-mile break-in period. So when the car starts, we can take it on a little road trip and drive over 500 miles before we can really beat on it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be loud, very loud.
That's what I like.
It's gonna have a very choppy exhausts,
Okay.
and it's gonna be fast. Fast. I say fast. You guys can, for the car guys watching, you guys can understand the car's gonna make 200, maybe 220 horsepower, but and that light body, it's gonna feel fast.
Yeah, like I could pick the green light.
We wanted something that's gonna be fun for Tiana, but also we kind of went a little bit aggressive because, you know, we're already here. It's gonna do the job and it's gonna be awesome. We are going to wrap up here. We have a very busy day tomorrow. I'm actually selling or getting ready to list one of my favorite cars for sale tomorrow. I have mixed emotions. It's gonna be bittersweet. I'm gonna miss it, but on to bigger and better things. So expect that. You guys will see the car that we're gonna be selling on Monday. So stay tuned. If you guys have been keeping up with my Instagram, you might have seen a couple of hints and stuff. But yeah, we're getting rid of another car tomorrow. Very, very sad, but it's gonna lead to better things. I'm excited. So I hope you guys are super stoked about the 280Z build. Engine is sick, and while I'm gone out of the country, Tim is gonna accumulate all the parts that we need to get that thing running so that when I get back, we'll finish the EG, get the 280Z running, and we have two really, really amazing cars. But before I end, I want to let you guys know I've been reading a really awesome manga. I just found out about this, and a lot of you guys, I showed it on Instagram, and a lot of you guys have been saying that it's super, super good. Kaiju number 8. If you guys have not read this and you're into manga, this is an awesome, awesome series. I'm on the second book, about to start the third right now. And I heard they're even making it into an anime, which would be super, super sick. So I don't know if you're into nerd stuff like me, but it's a really good manga if you guys want to check it out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned for all of the amazing stuff that we have coming up. You are not gonna want to miss it. If you guys have not already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Not tomorrow, in the next video. Okay, peace out.